Let's see. Ah, yes, there it is. So today on the docket is some playtesting, and it honestly looks like the chair corruption has happened again, so I'm going to have to start by fixing that. Basically, something is triggering and shouldn't be, I think. Now I can just check what's on. Falling off the window onto the chair, falling off the window onto the ground. Okay. This is falling off the chair landing, I think. I'm gonna just throw this in a couple of advert channels. Anyone in chat? No. Don't have to interact with that just yet. Lingus, what the heck is that? Hello, Kenna McGrath. I now have someone in chat, yeah. Denmark. Aha! You have 2 people in chat. Well, so right now I'm experiencing issue where actually 2. Ooh. Yeah, I think I know what the problem is. We need that. I guess welcome to stream. I am building some minigame, which is, as you can tell, quite a mess. So let's see. Now I actually have the character guy following the Y position of That's strange. That's the heck. Also, I probably need to check this. 271 is following group 2 somewhere. Oh, stink. Where do I have that initialized? Okay, that's good. I have playing some Minecraft with friend. Playing with friend is always fun. It's right now I am wondering, why is group 2 moving down? I should probably like take off the follow player thing. That way we can take a close look at this. All right. Also going to say you are going to be colored grayish instead of just white. And now I can see precisely when it's happening. And it is happening right around here. There is literally nothing there. This group has spawn triggered, right? Spawn triggered. What? But yeah, for some reason, group 2 just decides to piece out of there. I have no idea why. Let's scroll all the way up. 28 minutes. Ah! That would be why. Well, that's one mystery solved. And let's hope that stuff refreshed correctly. Okay, it looks like it's fine. So now I can go back to here and find the next bug to fix. So one thing I noticed is that when I go through door, I said I go through door. Okay, we go through door, door closes, and we may have a slight problem on our hands. The problem isn't actually the animation being wrong. I can probably fix that without too much difficulty. The main problem is that all of the doors are now open, but whatever. What happens, so I went over there now. I can get in that, okay. Let's try interacting with the chair. We are on the chair, oh my gosh. Can we interact with the window? Window? Yes, we can interact with the window. We can fall off the window. And stink. Because I messed something up. Anyway, first step, we're gonna look at the doors. So, for each door, why are all of these on group 112? Okay, that would be a problem. This looks like a phantom group kind of issue, which I'm constantly running into, and it sucks. Group 54 should also be turning off for all of them. So yeah, that's why he wasn't immediately looking behind himself. And these look fine. The door openings are fine. This I'm not so sure about. Okay, that should not be group 102. And yeah, that's because group 53 was never toggled off, so that should be fine now. Just so long as this isn't messed up again. It looks like it isn't. And this is at the end. So then, group 92, door closes. And that's probably a problem. Okay, that's fine. And basically we want to swap those. So for 12, for 13, because this is supposed to be the door closing, and right now I've got it to door opening, and I don't really want that. One moment while we sort these out. I guess while we're waiting, I can go on a rant about something else. So I don't think I've ever talked about any of the other games that I'm interested in, because not all of my life is wrapped up in Geometry Dash. Shocker. But, I mean, quite a good part of the stuff that I do in my free time is Geometry Dash. But I've made some music stuff. I haven't ever posted any of it to YouTube or SoundCloud or really anything, but I think I shared some of the sound files in audiovisual server once. Anyway, that should fix all of the door stuff. That's a 0-0. Wow. No wonder that wasn't rotating. How fast do we want it to rotate? Well, we want to move pretty fast. Maybe a rotation every couple of seconds. So let's see. Total level length is like, I don't know, 2 minutes. I don't even know which direction this is. That appears to be left. So that should make this thing actually rotate, which means you can probably put that back on group invisible. That I'm not going to put on group invisible yet. But all of these things are on B1, and honestly, that's going to restrict me a little bit in terms of what layers I can use for other things. Actually, it already is. Stink. Not all of this is B1. That's now T1. What even in this is not B1. That's B1. Something in here is, aha. This should be B16. I'm not sure if I'm really speaking at all at this point. Okay, now that's back to being all on B1. I guess I'm talking layering. Is that a language? Is that a language that people understand at all? All right, there's another thing that needs to be layered correctly. So I want all of these things to be on the same Z layer. That way, if I want to change it, it's a lot easier to do so. It still isn't, so I need to keep hunting around for... Okay, something in there is a different layer. And that should not be T1. I'm gonna put it on like 11 or something. Sure. And now we select all again. Oh, it's all B1. So that means that part is ready to go. Anything here? No. I'm gonna just select everything on this layer just to check. How much stuff am I gonna need to change? Some of the stuff in here. Oh, I already did those. That's why. But yeah, I'm putting everything on T1 because some of the background stuff is in... I'm putting the stuff on this. I don't know what these minus and plus buttons do. I really hope I didn't just mess something up. I probably did. We're still all on the same Z layer, so now we're not. And now we can put these on T1. Yay. Okay, that's one of the ones I need to shift. Yeah, it's kind of annoying when I build something like this only to have like two objects that are in the wrong layer. It's gonna make stuff just that little bit more difficult and annoying to deal with later on. Anyway, is that layering out of the way? So basically what I was hoping to test was what happens when pick up book. Book should be pick up. I'm going to put in a text object just to check everything. 306. the groups that I'll need. I don't know what. Need to have group 500. What do we want to check for? Real book is for 136. So it needs to have group 136 again as well. So now that text should light up when and only when we are touching the book. As to where our player is, in that once we get there, that's a slightly different matter. So actually I'm gonna copy that, move it all the way over here, and see, I would like this to stay contacting with group 20 when it is on the window ledge, at least on the left side of the window ledge. Does it not that strongly? I'm gonna move this just one tiny bit down. Just a smidge. And I also need to make sure that I'm not in the wrong spot. I'm not in the wrong spot. So when we go up onto the chair, we go up by like 16, I think. Sort of like up here. And that means that we can move that up there, and now game it can check if we are on the chair side of the window ledge. I don't know if anyone's still watching. Probably Dying Cow / the Memer / 1EFDV. And starts chatting in Woolsey World and neglecting the stream. And anyway, so we'll now go back into playtest, and I do know that the animations are not actually going that great right now. Actually, it's not breaking yet. It's not breaking yet. It's not breaking yet. It's going a little slow though. Going on a long walk. Do I want to stand on the chair? No. I want to check the book. Is there any book to check? Aha! We are not able to contact the book. Mr. Game & Watch do be doing that bucket slide. So that should be displaying as lying down on the cushion, but for some stupid reason it's not. Do we have a yo-yo? Not really. Oh. We have the toast tube. Are we offset? Why am I unable to get on the stool? Oh, now I am. What the What the heck is that? That is a poorly designed finite state machine as far as I can tell. Hello, Alex GD. I am, I guess, currently trying to determine what stupid things I have done to mess this minigame up. And I'm going to actually copy this down here. I think there. That might be it. Or I could just like copy this and all of the things I want to test. So namely, ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Well, that's probably something that I hadn't actually finished making. And well, the stairs are probably fine. You can probably just fall down those as normal. And we can take this off dynamic block and just say, you're not actually a real one, you don't have to do anything. So the way that level of this type works is you head bash your face into the screen a whole bunch of times, and it just kind of works. Not really. Why do I have group 202 selected? Oh, right, because that is group 202. And I'm just going to make this 30 and 306 as well. And what isn't following that? Probably chest 30? I'll take a gamble. It appears to be moving at double speed. I think I know why. It's not moving at double speed. It's just moving at normal speed, but everything else is not moving. It's just gonna check out the hitboxes. Probably bump up the movement speed later. Bump up the movement speed and keep the acceleration down. Oh, pick up slide time. Ooh, it's missing entirely. Okay, so it's missing entirely, and looks like some stuff is not quite where it's supposed to be. It's close, but not quite. You know what? No. Did I just fall out of the world? Well, guess we're falling down the stairs too. Excuse me. Please fall down the stairs. Probably not interacting with anything right now. No, back to the start we go. Got hit by a lag spike and fell out of the world. Typical Monday. So what it appears to be is that the way these types of levels work is they don't. I'm sliding. Hello, Comnet. Welcome to stream. Ah. I didn't know I had gravity on for this. Ah. I know what is happening. It thinks we are falling off of the stool. Or the bookshelf, more likely. How the heck does it think we're falling off of the bookshelf? Falling off of the stool. It's kind of annoying is that it looks like a lot of the stuff I have here is not quite aligned correctly. And that's not good. And that basically means I have to go all the way down, copy and paste, and check. Why is it not out of line? I mean, in 2.2, there's going to have to be a full-on platformer mode, so minigames are probably going to be pretty different. Well, I guess the best explanation I can give is all that stuff. That is what is not in the right place. So now that shifts over one step, and that looks fine. Yeah, that looks okay now. Question is, where is group 202 going? It shouldn't be going anywhere. Do I have a toggle trigger somewhere? I don't think I have a toggle trigger. .202 follows 362. Ah. It's following the rest of the level. I'm going to need new groups for all that. I don't like giving new groups to all this stuff. Doesn't look like it can be helped though. So, great, here we go. Actually, I can just give this invisible group again because I don't need it to be visible. But I can give those a new group, which is great. I mean, I guess I like creating levels can't say, I feel like I'm not that good at it either. This is kind of like this is my first try at an original minigame that's not based off of anything else and that doesn't like reuse take 99% of its assets slash functionality slash whatever from something else. Instead takes none of it from something else. And I mean, it looks okay. Doesn't look terrible. So now we can take that. And that can't be can't be 203, so it's gotta be 377. Next thing up is a slice of bread, which has a center object in it somewhere. There it is. Ah, so your problem is a perseverance kind of problem. All I can say to that is really is just don't give up, I guess. Try to find some sort of style that is not hard to start off with, because you're not gonna start off by making a masterpiece. It's just not gonna happen. So you have to, I guess, be okay with starting off by making something that's, I don't know, not that great. I don't know, maybe you could follow one of the building with lemons videos. I don't know how informative those are, but let's see. I think the way I got into building in Geometry Dash was that I had some, I guess, goal that I wanted to achieve. At least once I actually got into making levels that were at least somewhat decorated and didn't look like garbage. But yeah, I had some whenever I start building a level, I try to have some idea of what I want the finished product to look like. Otherwise, I'm just not going to get anywhere. Although I know that's not the only way to do it, and I've heard that one other way that can work really well is to give yourself some sort of restriction. Ideally, a decently tight one. So, like, honestly, you could probably just see, oh, how much can I do with the square objects only? I know people have restricted themselves to certain updates, which sometimes is enough. And I want to make sure 279. What are these? Huh. It's all 198 though. So interacting with the cushion should just turn them on. Why is that group 3? Might be messing some things up. That would be messing some things up. Okay, so yeah, I know how to deal with this issue. I need a moment to think. What's group 369? Great. I don't remember what I'm doing. It's always like this. 370. No, it's probably just so that I can stop them, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. And 377 to 381. Except that's probably not. No, it's. Wait a second. $376 to $381. $376. $377. $378. $79. $380. $381. I'm going to delete those. I don't need them. They were a placeholder to tell me what groups I was working with. Now I have these. You know what? I'm going to get myself some noise cream. I will be back in 1 second. GD won't open in the laptop I'm in right now. Oh, dang, that sucks. I guess, let's see. One thing I noticed with GD is that it tends to use quite a lot of CPUs, so let's see. Depending on the error, the problem it's running into, if you're just getting a game crashes and game crashes / closes when it tries to open, when it tries to load, then check Task Manager. If it's throwing a specific error, I guess Google it. Might be I don't know whether it could ever be a problem with Steam. For all I know, it could be that RomTop is somehow updating the game right now, but I find that extremely unlikely. Especially since he said it wouldn't happen until October. Also, I have my microphone all the way up, but I'm not always that close to it. So I don't actually know how loud or quiet my voice sounds, really, at all. I really should watch one of the streams, or like watch some part of one of the streams after the stream is over, just to get a feel for how I sound on stream. Just think a graphic driver uninstalled. Okay, yeah, that would be a potential. That could be a potential reason for why GD wouldn't open. I don't know. Do you know? Are you able to check whether all of your drivers are installed / up to date? I know some stuff like that tends to be pretty different for different machines, or I guess different types of computers. So can't really give I can't exactly give expert advice, but you know, I can try. Let's see. So what I want to happen here is I want each of these to move to the left when you hit the touching nothing button, just like they move to the right here. 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. Actually, I can probably just copy that. It's not just GD, other stuff won't open. Oh, that's strange. Then, I mean, I guess, yeah, definitely check the driver. I don't know if you can run an antivirus scan, because you never know. 6, 7, 8, 9, 61. Not doing 360 because the hat doesn't actually go in the queue. And then not sure exactly what you are asking about, Jason Gallardo. Sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce your name, but if you're wondering about the move triggers, the group ID, hit edit group, and then just, I don't know, type in the number you want, hit the add button, and bang, it shows up in there, and you've added the group. Right now I'm doing a bit of, I guess, logic with this thing, and probably getting annoyed at it, because who wouldn't? 225. Opened like 11 tabs just to find an easy demon. What? Does opening tabs even apply to GD? 225. Anyway, yeah, this will now this move trigger is going to be taking this and moving it to the left one space in the queue, and it only does that if it is inside the queue currently. And this is basically the thing that checks, is it inside the queue? And then this one tells me whether this one is inside the queue. and so on. 233, 241, 249, 265. So yeah, now those will all go boop down the queue, and yeah. I'll also want to have a couple of hammer only checks in there. I'm gonna just see, what is this doing? 221, 263. 267. Are these all 263, 267? Yes, they are. So this is basically just, we are colliding with the hammer. Is the hammer in the queue? If so, and if you are in the queue, move to the right one space, and hammer gets added to the queue. Same. This one adds the hammer to the queue, and I guess here we will throw in our hammer checks, hammer only checks. Excuse me. So when you are touching nothing, you basically are supposed to put down whatever. You're supposed to put down the last object that you picked up, if you've picked up anything. So, and if you have the hammer in the hammer only, something fun happens. And if you try to put down the hammer, this spawns, and that means that you can't be touching the hammer only. So you put that down. Are any of these 356? They're all 350. Oh yeah, I have all of those. Shouldn't be any Phantom group worries there. Activate group. So for these ones, if you put down something other than the hammer, then yeah. If you put down something other than the hammer, then it checks, is that thing that you just if you put down something other than the hammer, it checks, is the hammer in the queue, and is anything else in the queue? And if the hammer's in the queue and nothing else is in the queue, then it makes the fun thing happen. Except it's not actually going to do any of the things that I said, because there's no way I programmed this all correctly the first time, on the first try. I'm assuming that programmed is the right word. This is a little bit like programming, right? So, check if book is out of the queue. Check trophy, check bread, check other bread. 227, 230, and then add 8. And I also need to check, is hammer in the queue? 265. $227, $235. $235. 243. 251. All right. That might just be the entire queue stuff. Anyway, let's move on to something, I don't know, a little bit more interesting. I think I've had enough of giving myself a headache. Let's do a much happier little level. So on this level, I basically wanted to give it this an effect where it would appear to kind of break apart, and then the pieces would float away from each other, and like, I don't know, try to repeat that on some of the other structures as well. And I think I got it decently well, and I should probably check follow player again and sort of see it happen. And I should probably get rid of this. Or I could just copy and paste it and use it somewhere else. Comment, I basically decided that I was more or less done with Banana Peel Hallway for the evening. It's complicated enough that it gives even me a bit of a headache to work on it for too long. Oh, hello, Demon Blitz. Welcome to stream. So I guess transitioned over to this level here, which is by the name of Walking on Air. And let's see what we can do here. I want to put a line there. Shift it over to the right slightly so that it doesn't get in the way of stuff. I'm also going to get rid of that. I don't need it to be that long. Copy and paste it so that I can use the same thing again later, and scale. Just like so. Now that one's prepped and ready for whatever I decide to try to do to it. Now this one, I know I had some sort of plan. I could try flipping it around like so. rotating it a little bit, and moving it to there. And getting rid of those. Scale. Getting rid of it by accident, but not really caring because I can make another one pretty easily. So basically the effect that I have is that, except, I don't know, more centered on the screen. Yeah, I think it looks alright. I think the ground pretty convincingly breaks apart into smaller pieces. And now I kind of want to try to do it on some of the others. And see how that goes. Feeling kind of antsy right now for some reason. It stinks. I don't like feeling like this. Always makes me feel like I don't want to do this. I want to do something fun instead. Shut up. Seriously. No, I want the other one. So that one's aligned to grid. And just check whether this is a good size for that. Very, very close to not being. Oh, okay. Yo, Sam is cool. 1611. Welcome to stream. We are right now building a thing, or two, or three, or four, or five. And I'm going to move that to the other layer so that we can put one of these in. And let's see. Do I still needed to reach that? I do still needed to reach that. So in order to reach that, we do a little rotate, we do a little scale, do another little rotate, and boom, done. That was actually pretty fast. And now we can take this, copy and paste it, rotate for the other side. Move it back to 0. Same thing with that. What color is that? Okay, so these need to be color 21 so that they only appear when the time is right. Probably should take off the glow. Should probably do the same to this as well. Hello, Hemlock VR. Welcome to stream. Am I like the only person streaming Geometry Dash? I wonder. Anyway, so what I now have is two pieces that can move in different directions. Actually, no, it's not quite true yet. I still need to do that and that. Now, that is there's one piece there, and there's one piece here, and and this one can kind of like just slowly fall away. And so, if we're going to make it kind of fall away, we're going to make it move like that. And yeah, that should be about it. We can move on to the next one. I'm typically going to have one part of it that's on layer 0 and one that's on layer 9. So, like, I already have those first two. Commented, for some reason, I keep momentarily mistaking your name for a Connaught. Who, I don't think I've really talked to Connaught in a while. It was on their server. I still am on their server, I'm pretty sure. But I think I met them because they were a server mod for Woolsey. And then later on Connaught became a GD mod in their own right. So yeah. They're not really gonna talk with me much anymore. I do have creator points, but that's not really much of a qualification. I have to delete those, I think. Yeah. Is that scaled? It is scaled up. What is this? That is a pillar sort of piece. I can probably take it and scale it down just a smidge. Because it's right now scaled to 2.00, so I can scale it back to, I don't know, 1.82. Does it still cover that? Yes, it does. Except that's probably not going to be what I need in like 5 seconds. Let's see, is that scaled? No. So we can scale this down just a smidge. Just make it sure that it's not poking above there. I have to get rid of that one and replace it. I don't actually know whether this is going to... It looks like it's aligned. And actually, I'm going to need 2 each of these, because I need one to be on this back end. And one to be on this back end. now we put your foot down, you rotate it, and you go to the gym. Yay. Now we need a fresh one of these.
It's because it's fresh. It's crispy.
And I talk weird. Because, I don't know, talking in silly voices is fun. Yeah, that'll... Don't worry about the default blocks and spikes too much. You can get decently far with just those. My first level was probably even worse than the default block spam. So I tried to make actual gameplay. And so you can imagine, well, actually the gameplay wasn't, yeah, the gameplay was not great. But the thing that really made that level bad was the fact that at the time I thought that all of even the Rob Top Styles post like 1.1 looked weird, foreign, ew, or something. Does not look like I have much options. Okay, that should do it for that. Now, copy that. And we now have another little piece that can just kind of float away. And it's not quite filled in, which is infuriating. A gimmick level. Those are fun. At least they can be pretty fun. So I just realized the corners on these are not quite flush, and that's probably going to trigger some people. No, I'm not talking to you, Orb. At least not right now. Maybe later. You'll get your chance. Yeah, that definitely needs to... Anyway, yeah. I can now take this. This block is already an interesting shape, so I'm not going to split it up any more than I need to. And this one can just, yes. Go a little to the right and a little down. Or I can just like, not because I set this to the wrong group. So something that I do like half the time. Yeah, now I have the bottoms of those blocks just kind of falling away. I don't really know how to make good movements, so that might actually end up being kind of a substitute, at least for the moment. Probably make... I could definitely make some of this stuff move. Dang it. This background might end up being good. I kind of wanted the pieces to slice against each other and then have a little animation of this light kind of spreading out and like little sparks or shards flying off. But yeah, I think I've got a decent proof of concept going there. Got a couple of little hands doing a little fun animation. I don't really know if there's... it's getting kind of late. It's definitely more that I want to do, but looks like I'm running low on time. You know what? We'll give this one a little playthrough, just to show what's going on. Whoops. Actually, no, wait. There's a bunch of stuff that should be invisible but isn't. Because the thing that makes it invisible is touch triggered at the beginning. That way I can actually see what I'm working on but when you play the level, it doesn't show up. And I seem to be bamboozled by stuff being slightly off screen, so I'm gonna have to fix that later. Not to mention my WAF strat is being hecked by a 1 pixel difference. It's also gonna have to move. Oh my gosh, we got some lag. Well, basically the gimmick in this level is that you're kind of just jumping carefree from one platform to the next. And most of the portals are just not visible at all. You kind of just figure out the gameplay by the structures / obstacles that are in front of you. Which hopefully that kind of idea does require being very good at communicating the gameplay to the player, which I don't know if I am. So I've tried to keep the gameplay mostly simple, without too many transitions. There are still quite a few. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you guys for watching. Had a fun time troubleshooting stuff. Take care, and I will see you probably sometime next weekend, like Friday, Saturday, or Sunday evening. Or actually, I have some I'm actually seeing some family members that time. So I might not be around next week, but if not next week, then probably the week after. So, see ya! My attempt at an audiovisual impression